एक में कॉमर्स एकेडमी लाइव क्लासेस। आई होप सभी ने कल गणेशोत्सव बहुत उत्साह से सेलिब्रेट किया होगा और पूरा हफ्ता करेंगे। तो लेट अस स्टार्ट विद द लाइव क्लासेस। लास्ट लेक्चर में हमने किया था सेकंड सम ऑफ सेल ऑफ अ फर्म टू द कंपनी, or in other words conversion of partnership firm into a company. The second sum किया था. Now today we are going to start with the third sum. Now see the third sum, आपकी जो टेक्स्ट बुक है उसका पेज नंबर 2.15 पे होगा. A and B were in partnership, sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 2:1. Their balance sheet on 31st March 2024 was as follows. Creditors 40,000, bills payable 10,000, Mrs. A loan 20,000, capital accounts A and B 30 and 20, and reserve fund 6,000. Assets may have plant and machinery 20,000, receivable 5,000, stock we have 43,700, debtors 60,000, less RDD so 57,000, cash in 300. Now on that date they agreed to sell their business to C Limited. The company is to take over assets at the valuation shown below. Assets, plant and machinery 16,000, stock 39,000, sundry debtors 46,700, and bills receivable 5,000. Goodwill is to be valued in the 3 years purchase of the average profit of the last 4 years. The profit figures are as follows. 2020-21 profit 4,000. 21-22 5,000, 22-23 2,000, and 23-24 1,000. The company also agreed to pay the creditors at 39,000 in full settlement. So who is going to pay? Company is going to pay. The expenses of realization amounted to 300. Bills payable and Mrs. A loan are paid by the firm in full. So देखो bills payable and Mrs. A loan is paid by the firm, whereas creditors are paid by the company. The company issued 3,600 equity shares of 10 each and paid 37,700 in cash as purchase consideration. The shares are to be distributed in profit sharing ratio to the partners. Prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of Mrs. A, B and a balance sheet of C Limited as on 1st April 2024. So first we will start with the working note. First we will have to calculate goodwill. So first is calculation of goodwill. Calculation of goodwill. Okay. Now see what they have given. Goodwill is to be valued at 3 years purchase of the average profit. So first we will have to find out the average profit. So average profit equal to total profits upon number of years equal to, now see profits are given. First year की profit दी है 4,000, so rupees 4,000. Second year is rupees 5,000 plus third year में profit is loss is there 2,000 and then profit is 1,000. So less loss rupees 2,000 loss and plus profit of rupees 1,000. So rupees 4,000 plus 5 9,000 minus 2 7,000 plus 1,000. So equal to rupees 8,000 divided by 4 years equal to rupees 2,000. So this is your average profit. Now goodwill is to be calculated at 3 years purchase of the average profit. So now firm's goodwill is equal to average profit into number of years of purchase equal to average profit is rupees 2000 into 3 years equal to rupees 6000. Okay. Okay, now we will start with purchase consideration. So first working note, calculation of goodwill is over. So now here I will write working note. Now second working note is for purchase consideration. Now see, they have given assets on their debt. They agreed to sell the business and the companies to take over assets at the valuation shown below. Plant and machinery 16,000. So now calculation of purchase consideration. Calculation of purchase consideration. So first is plant and machinery 16,000. Plant and machinery 16,000. Then stock 39,000. Stock 39,000. Then sundry debtors 46,700. Sundry debtors 46,700. Bills receivable 5,000. Bills receivable 5,000 and goodwill 6,000. Goodwill is 6,000. So 16,000 plus 3955 plus 46 1,01700 1,06700 11,12,700 11,12,700 is total of your asset. Now company has also taken over creditors. So less creditors. See, now company has taken over creditors. $39,000. So 73,700 is your net consideration. So purchase consideration is 73,700. Now see how this purchase consideration has been satisfied. नीचे लिखा नीचे की लाइन में देखो. In the third line, second paragraph के third line में. The company issued 3,600 equity shares of 10 each. So यहाँ पे satisfaction of purchase consideration. So they've given 3,600 equity shares of 10 each. So 3,600 equity shares of rupees 10 each, and so this comes to 36,000. Add payment in cash. Balance जो amount था, it is paid in cash. 37,700 paid in cash. So 73,700 purchase consideration has been settled. Clear? आया समझ में? See, purchase consideration का calculation कैसे होगा? In your sum, below the sum, the adjustments are given. वहाँ पे दिया है plant and machinery 16,000, stock 39,000, debtors 46,700, bills receivable 5,000, and goodwill 6,000. Less company has also taken over creditors. So creditors minus हुआ, तो purchase consideration है 73,700, and company has settled purchase consideration by paying 3,600 Equity shares of 10 each and balance in cash. Clear? Okay. So now let us start with the sum, actual sum. So first we'll start with realization account. So in the books of realization account, then C limited account, limited company account, partners capital account, equity shares in C limited account, and balance sheet as on date is what? 1st April 2024. 1st April 2024. Okay, so now we will start with posting. हमारा फर्स्ट स्टेप है पोस्टिंग कंप्लीट करना, मीन्स ट्रांसफर ऑफ assets and liabilities to realization account. So first step is transfer of assets. So realization account debit to assets account. So realization account debit to plant and machinery account. Plant and machinery to bills receivable to stock to debtors. Now plant and machinery book value is 20,000, bills receivable is 5,000, then stock is given 43,700. And debtors 60,000. So यहाँ पे मुझे inner column लिखना है 43,700 and 60,000. So total 700, 25 and 42, 68 and 61, 28, 700. Outer column. Next step is transfer of liabilities. अब यहाँ पे liability में क्या है? Creditors and bills payable and Mrs. A loan. So by creditors, by bills payable. Now see creditors as per balance sheet. Creditors कितना दिया है? 40,000. So 40,000. Bills payable 10,000. And by Mrs. A loan, Mrs. A loan given is 20,000. 20,000 and RDD. So reserve for doubtful debts is a liability. It comes under the head liability and provision. तो वो भी liability है, so उसको भी transfer करना पड़ेगा. Now ये कितना है? RDD उनका 3,000. Okay. Now next step, next entry क्या है हमारी? Recording purchase consideration. So when we are recording purchase consideration, our journal entry is limited company account debit to realization. So by C limited account 73,700. Second effect C limited के debit में आएगा. So to realization. To realization 73,700. Now in the adjustment they have given, see goodwill का हो गया हमारा. Profit also, the company also agreed to pay creditors 39,000 in full settlement. The expenses of realization amounted to 300. Bills payable and Mrs. A loan are paid by the firm in full. So when liability is paid, our entry will be realization account debit to cash or bank account. So realization account debit to. Now question में they've given cash in hand. Okay. So to cash account. So to cash account. Now they have paid bills payable. Mrs. A loan. Now see bills payable. They paid them in full. So bills payable है 10,000. So bills payable 10,000. Mrs. A loan is 20,000. Yes. And realization expenses. Realization expenses Now this realization expenses are 300. So 30,300 outgoing. Clear? Okay. Now capital. Capital में हमारा balance है 30,000 and 20,000. So buy balance brought down. Buy balance brought down 30,000 and 20,000. Now first, let us see. Now see liability side में creditor हो गया, bills payable हो गया, Mrs. A loan हो गया. Now reserve fund. So reserve fund will be transferred to partner in their capital, in their profit sharing ratio. Now their profit sharing ratio is 2:1. Or reserve दिया 6,000. So 6,000 into 2/3 and 1/3. So our entry will be reserve fund account debit to partner's capital account. So by reserve fund, 4,000 and 2,000 I suppose. 6,000 into 2/3 and 6,000 into 1/3. Right? Okay. Okay. Now, our next step is find out profit or loss on realization. So यहाँ पे there is loss because debit side is more. One lakh 59,000 is debit side. So 1,59,000 minus credit side 146,700. 40,000 plus 10,000 50 plus 20 70 73 and 73 146,700. One two 300. Oh, sorry, 1,2,300. 12,300. Now 12,300 will be distributed in partners to in their profit sharing ratio. So our entry will be by partners capital account. Capital account A and B. Now 12,300 into 2/3 and 12,300 into 1/3. $8,200 and 4,100. 8200 and 4100. So A 8,200 and B 4,100. 12,300. Realization account close हो गया. Now realization loss will be transferred to partners capital account. So our entry will be partners capital account debit to realization. So to realization account 8,200 and 4,100. Now see purchase concession जो receive हुआ, how it is paid? Partly in equity shares and partly in cash. अब उसकी entry. So our entry will be equity shares in C limited account. C limited account to C limited account. वो 36,000 है और बाकी 37,700 कैश में है. So यहाँ पे buy cash account. $37,700, $73,700. इसकी सेकेंड इफेक्ट, इक्विटी शेयर इन सी लिमिटेड अकाउंट टू सी लिमिटेड अकाउंट 36,000 एंड यहाँ पे कैश में आएगा टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन 300 and they have received 37,700 from C Limited. So to C Limited account 37,700. Now see, equity shares in C Limited account are going to be distributed to partners in their profit sharing ratio. Question में दिया है नीचे, profit sharing ratio में देना है. So 36,000 will be distributed in 2/3 and 1/3. So 36,000 equity shares है into 2/3 and 36,000 into 1/3. 24,000 and 12,000. So 2 equity shares in C Limited account. Partners are the receiver, so partners capital account debit to equity shares in C Limited account 24,000 and 12,000. And जो बैलेंस अमाउंट है, it will be paid in cash. So पहले पार्टनर का कैपिटल अकाउंट क्लोज करते हैं. So 34,000, यहाँ पे 22,000 बी का. नाउ ए का है 34 माइनस 30 to 200. क्रेडिट साइड का टोटल है ए का 34,000 माइनस डेबिट साइड है 30 to 200. सो 1,800 कैश में पे करना पड़ेगा. सो टू कैश अकाउंट 1,800 और यहाँ पे है 22,000 क्रेडिट साइड बी का माइनस 16,100 5,900. अब इसकी एंट्री कहाँ जाएगी? कैश के पेमेंट साइड में. So by A capital account, $1,800, by B capital account 5,900, and by realization 30,300. So 38,000. पे कैश अकाउंट भी आपका क्लोज हो गया. Now equity shares in C Limited account. So by A capital account, A को हमने कितने के शेयर्स दिए? 24,000. So A capital account 24,000. By B capital account 12,000. So equity shares in C Limited account is also closed. So all accounts are closed now. Now we have to prepare only balance sheet. So balance sheet में पहले आएगा issued and subscribed capital. Issued and subscribed capital 3,600 equity shares of rupees 10 each. 36,000 क्रेडिटर्स भी टेक ओवर किया ना कंपनी ने. सो 39,000. तो यहाँ पे एसेट्स में आएगा गुडविल, प्लांट एंड मशीनरी, स्टॉक, बिल्स रिसीवेबल, डेटर्स. Now see, goodwill is 6,000. बिल्स उसके बाद में है प्लांट एंड मशीनरी 16,000. स्टॉक है 39,000. बिल्स रिसीवेबल इज 5,000. एंड डेटर्स 46,700. So goodwill, plant and machinery, stock, sundry debtors, and bills receivable. Okay. $46, 51, 90, 11, 12, 700. Now 11, 12, 700 माइनस लायबिलिटी साइड का टोटल कितना है 75. तो जो 37,700 का जो कैश में पेमेंट किया ना वो कंपनी ने ओवरड्राफ्ट करके लिया है. तो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट. बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट जो भी डिफरेंस आएगी वो हम बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट में डाल देंगे. विच मीन्स कंपनी ने जो कैश में परचेस कंसिडरेशन पे किया वो पे करने के लिए कंपनी के पास पैसा नहीं था तो कंपनी हैज टेकन बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट. सो आपका बैलेंस शीट हो गया टैलेंट. आई होप नाउ यू विल बी फाइंडिंग इट मच मोर इजियर. सब समझ में आ रहा होगा. अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आया, आपको लाइव टेलीकास्ट पसंद आया तो लाइक कीजिए एंड सब्सक्राइब कीजिए. थैंक यू वेरी मच. टुमारो we will be live again at 2 o'clock sharp. Thank you.